In the dusty town of Cactus Corner, where the tumbleweeds tumbled and the cacti stood tall, there lived a grumpy old cowboy named Grumpy Gus. He was as grumpy as a bull with a bee in its bonnet, but the townsfolk loved him all the same. His trusty sidekick wasn't a horse, oh no, it was a fat calico cat named Whisker Barrel, who had ninja skills sharper than a prickly pear's spines. Now, Whisker Barrel wasn't your ordinary feline. He wore a ninja headband that fluttered in the desert wind and spoke with a wisdom that made even the wisest owls hoot with envy. Together, Gus and Whisker Barrel kept the peace in Cactus Corner, especially around their favorite watering hole, the Salty Spittoon. The Salty Spittoon was no ordinary saloon. It had swinging doors that played a tune and a talking parrot perched outside, greeting folks with a howdy or a scram, depending on his mood. The parrot's name was Polly, and Polly was as snarky as they come, with a beak that could slice through a tough steak like butter. One hot, blistering afternoon, as the sun beat down on the sandy streets, a shadow slithered into town. It was Snake-Eyed Sally, the meanest, leanest lady this side of the Mississippi. With eyes like a viper and a tail to match, she slinked her way to the Salty Spittoon, followed by her band of no-good henchmen, half squirrel, half snake, all trouble. These squirrel-snake critters had heads fluffy and cute, but with bodies long and scaly, they were an odd sight indeed. They had tiny arms and legs, perfect for scurrying and slithering, and huge bushy tails that swished with every hiss. "Listen up, Polly," hissed Sally, her snake eyes narrowing. "You're coming with us, and you're going to be dinner." Polly ruffled his feathers and squawked, "Dinner? I'm more of a main course, not a side dish, you slithering scoundrel." Just as Sally's henchman lunged forward, a tumbleweed rolled by, and out popped Gus and Whisker Barrel, ready for action. Gus, with his hat tipped low, and Whisker Barrel, with his ninja paws at the ready, stood between Polly and the villains. "Pick on someone your own species, Sally," Gus grumbled, his moustache twitching with annoyance. Whisker Barrel leaped into the air, flipping and kicking with a grace that belied his round belly. "Hi-ya!" he shouted, sending the henchmen tumbling over each other in a tangle of fur and scales. Sally hissed in frustration, "This isn't over, Gus! We'll be back!" But with a flick of his tail, Whisker Barrel sent Sally and her henchmen packing, running out of town faster than a jackrabbit on a hot griddle. Polly flapped his wings and laughed. "Thanks, fellas. That Sally sure is a slippery one." And so, peace was restored to Cactus Corner, thanks to Grumpy Gus and his ninja cat, Whisker Barrel. The townsfolk cheered, and the Salty Spittoon served up a round of milk for the hero cat and a strong coffee for Gus, just the way he liked it, grumpy.